Hello everybody, I am Heather Briggs of My So Quilty Life. Welcome back to my channel. I am so happy you're here with me today. Today we're talking all about the Cozy Cottage block of the month, and we're in month 1. In my last video, which you can check out on my YouTube channel, we made our block 1, but in this video we're going to be making block 2. So here is my block 1. It is so stinking cute. I love how it turned out, but we're going to be making block 2 in this video. So block 2 is actually right above this block in the quilt. And it's this little birdhouse, little leaf up here, just above the block 1, which is right here. So we're going to be making an adorable birdhouse today with a little birdie block as well. So I'm so excited to get started, but first go ahead and grab your patterns or your workbook and let's turn to our month 1 pattern and get started on block 2. Okay, so I just wanted to show you from the top camera the block that we are making today. We are making this adorable little birdhouse block with the little birdie, as well as this filler in space right here and this leaf right here. So this is our second block in the block of the month. Super cute, so excited to go over this. You will need to go ahead and open up your month 1 patterns. I've got my fun little workbook, and I'm gonna open it up to my month 1 tab and turn to page 4. Now I've already gone ahead and assembled a lot of the pieces that we need in this tutorial. This is so that this tutorial does not last a long time, and we've already gone over several of these techniques in video 1, so be sure to check out the block 1 video for the Cozy Cottage block of the month. Alright, so start with cutting out all your pieces and drawing your diagonal lines on the back of the fabric pieces specified in step 1. So for step 2, we are going to be making our O unit, which is that top unit of the house. So I've already gone ahead and done that. It was super easy. You're just taking your fabric O rectangle and your fabric S rectangles and assembling one at a time and then pressing towards fabric S, making sure your unit measures what it should in the pattern for your O unit. So I stopped right here because I wanted to show you making our roof unit. So we do need our O unit and our 2 fabric T squares. All we're going to do here is assemble our fabric T squares on the diagonal line, and when you flip open, it creates this little roof piece. Now you're going to assemble one side first and then the other side. After you do that, you will have your roof unit. I'm going to assemble this in just a bit, but I wanted to move on to step 4. So for step 4, we're making this unit right here, which is our V unit. And so what we need for this unit right here is 1 fabric V square. This is the dark gray square, and 4 fabric R squares. And all we're doing is assembling our fabric R squares to each corner of fabric V. So you should have this little unit right here. Moving on to step 5, you're going to take your V unit, your 2 P units, and your Q unit, and your roof unit. After this is assembled, I will do that. And what you're going to do first is assemble these 2 fabric P's to your V unit, and then press, and then assemble your fabric Q to the bottom. After that, you're going to assemble your roof unit and press. So I'm going to assemble this in just a bit, but just remember I should have these pieces on the top of my roof like this, and this is what it should look like. But now I'm going to move on to step 6. So for step 6, we're making these little half square triangles, which I'm calling the I unit. And so all you need is 1 fabric Z square and 1 fabric I square, and you're assembling them together and pressing open, and you're making 4 of your I units for step 6. In step 7, we are making our side unit using 2 of our I units. Those are these half square triangles, 1 fabric M rectangle and 1 fabric C rectangle. And as you see here, I've already gone ahead and assembled this. You're going to assemble first your 2 little I units and then assemble your M After you press, you're gonna assemble your fabric C. So that's done, that's easy peasy. Now we have our side unit. Okay, so for step 8, this is super simple. You're just assembling, this is just the bottom part of the birdhouse, kind of like the ledge. You're just assembling your fabric U rectangle with your fabric L and then pressing. So that one's good to go. Okay, I just got done assembling that house unit, and now I'm gonna move on to step 9. So for step 9, you need your house unit, you need your side unit, you need one fabric J rectangle, and then you will also need your L unit. So first you're just gonna assemble your side unit to your house unit, and then your fabric J to the side of your house unit. After that, you're gonna assemble your L unit to the bottom. So I will do that in just a moment, but I wanted to move on to step 10. So for step 10, you're just gonna be making this unit right here with one fabric BB square and one fabric E rectangle. You're gonna position your fabric BB on the top left corner and press and for your E unit, and then you're gonna move on to step 11, which is just assembling that fabric K rectangle to the top. So this is my beak unit, and I'm gonna set that aside, and we're gonna talk about our Y unit. So our Y unit, for step 12, our Y unit just uses one fabric N square, one fabric Y rectangle, and one fabric I square. You're going to be assembling your fabric N square on the top right and your I on the bottom right, pressing towards fabric Y for your Y unit. Also, moving on to step 13, similarly, you're going to be using your W fabric, your Z, and your AA square to make your W unit. You're assembling your fabric AA square in the top right and your Z square in the bottom left for your W unit, okay? Moving on to step 14, you're just making one of these little X units. This is just a half square triangle using your fabric I and your fabric X and then pressing open for step 14. This is your X unit. Now we're going to be moving on to step 15, which I have not done yet. So you're going to need one fabric F, your X unit, and just make sure it's positioned how it looks in the pattern. And then your last I unit. And first you're going to be assembling your X and I units together, then assembling your fabric F to create your F unit. For step 16, you're making one G unit using your fabric G rectangle and your remaining I unit and then pressing. It's our G unit. So now we're going to move on to step 17, which I have not done yet. So you need one beak unit and you need one I unit. And what we're going to do is assemble those together. Now you want to be sure that you are nesting right here your seams. So what I like to do is I like to put them together, then flip it back where I want them to nest 1/4 inch and see where I am at. If I'm happy with that, I'm going to stitch a couple stitches here, flip it open, make sure before stitching the entire seam. So I will do that, but I also want to walk through what we do in step 18. So for step 18, we need one G unit, we need that F unit that should be assembled, and then we need our W unit, and we are assembling our W unit to our F unit here, then assembling our G unit. So I'm going to go ahead and put those together, and then we'll be moving on to step 19. Okay, I've gone ahead and put together my body unit and I have my face unit. And now for step 19, we are just assembling these two units together to make one bird unit. I'm going to set that aside and we're going to move on to step 20. For step 20, you are making a CC unit. So it's this green unit right here, which is the little leaf. You need one CC rectangle and two I squares. You're gonna be putting your I squares on opposite corners and then pressing to make your CC unit. And then for step 21, which is where this is at now, you need one fabric H, one fabric B, and one fabric D. What you're doing first is assembling your CC unit with your H and then your B and your D to the sides to make one leaf unit. I'm gonna go ahead and put my bird unit together and then we'll be able to put the entire block together. Okay, I have my little bird unit. Now we're gonna go ahead and move on to step 22, which is our final step. So for step 22, you need one fabric A, rectangle. You need your leaf unit, which will go right on top. Just be sure you have it oriented correctly. You will then need your bird unit and then your birdhouse unit. And this is probably going to be a little too big for the video. But here we are. It's what we have so far. Now we're going to first assemble our leaf unit to fabric A. And at the same time, we're going to assemble our bird unit to our birdhouse unit. You do have two places where you need to make sure you are aligning your seams. Right here and right here. Just pay close attention, you have those aligned. After you've assembled these units, you're just going to assemble that to A, and then we'll have a completed block. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and when I get back, I will show you my finished block. Okay, that was so quick to make, and it made the tutorial a little bit faster that I had already assembled a lot of the units. So, are you ready to see my adorable block 2? Here she is. Look how adorable. We've got our adorable little birdhouse with a little birdie, and then this leaf, which is kind of part of a stem that's going to be in a future block. I just love how this turned out. So stinking cute. I hope you enjoy making this block with this little birdie. This is our first birdie in our quilt. There are 3 birdies spread throughout the entire quilt. So now I'm going to use my little block marker to mark block 2. So when I have all my blocks together in a pile, I know exactly what block this is. So download those from the main hub if you haven't already. They are perfect for staying organized. So here's my little tab. So far we have only made block 1 and 2. So here is my block 1 right here, and here is my block 2. That means we are officially done with month 1 of the Cozy Cottage block of the month, and we have a couple things we can do now. So I'm going to open my workbook up. There are a few things we can go ahead and mark off in our bingo card. We can mark off that we finished month 1. And if you watch these tutorials, you can go ahead and mark off that you watched some tutorials. I'm also going to, on my progress tracker, I'm going to go ahead and mark off all of month 1 things that are already done. So be sure to head to the main hub to download this progress tracker so you can stay on track. And then also, now I get to color in some of my spaces on my little bloom tracker to watch my flower come to life into a colorful, beautiful bloom. I also can go ahead and fill out my reflection page for the month. This is also in the main hub, so I can reflect on the month so far. Blocks I made this month, what I liked, what I didn't like, was there any tips and tricks that I picked up along the way, and then there are some notes at the bottom I can make. So I hope you are enjoying this block of the month. I can't believe we're already finished with month 1 and we're about to move on to month 2, making blocks 3 and 4. So be sure to check out those tutorials on June 20th. But I can't thank you enough for being here. I hope your blocks turned out just as beautiful and I cannot wait to see them. So be sure to post them using our special hashtag on social media, hashtag Cozy Cottage BOM. And if you're new here and have no idea what I'm talking about, be sure to head over to mysoquiltylife.com, drop down the fabric tab and click Cozy Cottage BOM to learn all about this fun and interactive block of the month that you can join. It's not too late. All right, guys, thank you so much for being here. I hope you enjoy making these blocks. Can't wait to see them. Bye.